Hey everyone, welcome to Relatively Refined. My name is Paula. Well, in today's video, I have a lot on tap for you. We are going to visit the historic Mepkin Abbey in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, a beautiful and peaceful piece of property. I have some thrifting footage to share with you, as well as a thrift haul. And then finally, I'll show you how I style some of my thrifted finds. All right. Let's go ahead and get started with this video. Well, today we are heading out to Mepkin Abbey. Mepkin Abbey is a Roman Catholic monastery that was founded in 1949 on the site of the former historic Mepkin plantation in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. It is located right along the Cooper River, and the grounds are absolutely stunning. The day that I went, it was very, very overcast, and ultimately it did start to rain and even thunder and lightning, so I wasn't able to see the entire grounds, but it was so beautiful and peaceful. All throughout the grounds are these huge live oak trees with those Spanish moss hanging from them, and they grow up over and form almost a complete canopy to shade you from the sun, which in South Carolina in the summertime is so very welcome, and in particular this summer has been so hot. There are little pathways and archways for you to explore. I stopped here because of this moss. You can hear Phoebe snoring. When I was a little girl, my grandfather told me that the little people in Ireland, the fairies and the leprechauns, lived in areas where this moss grows, and that if I was very quiet and patient, and I came upon an area that was very much covered with moss, I might be able to see a leprechaun or a little fairy. So I stopped and stayed there for a while in hopes of seeing one. Here's another example of these huge, beautiful live oak trees covered in the Spanish moss, forming that beautiful shady canopy. The actual plantation itself was founded by Henry Lawrence in 1762, and it flourished for many, many years as a rice plantation right there along the Cooper River. Over the years, of course, it passed through several owners, and then in 1936, the publisher and philanthropist Henry Luce and his wife Claire Booth Luce acquired the property. And in 1949, a major portion of the property was donated to the foundation of Mepkin Abbey. If you are local or you are in the area, I would encourage you to go and visit Mepkin Abbey. It's incredibly peaceful, as I said, and there are benches and little labyrinth gardens for you to walk through and meditate upon. There are statues and statuary all around the gardens and the property, and it is located, as I said, along the banks of the Cooper River, so it's just a stunning property. Here's a look at some of the riverbank area. And even though the day was rainy and gray, it still was a magical place to be. They have daily tours that last about, I think, around 45 minutes. They also have an 11:30, and the 11:30 tour, they have a midday prayer service that you're welcome to attend. And here you can see it did start to rain, which, as I said, made it all the more magical. And I felt like in that rainy weather, I had a much greater chance of seeing a leprechaun or a little fairy than I would have if it had been a hot and sunny day. But alas, I didn't have any luck in the leprechaun or fairy sightings. But I would encourage you, if you are local or are visiting, to go ahead and head on over. It's just a wonderful, peaceful, beautiful spot. And there's so many shade trees that you can, hide from the hot Carolina sun underneath. They'd be a great place to have a picnic. They do also have a gift shop and bookstore, so I did stop in there. I saw this book, Dear Sister Wendy, which I really feel like I need to go back and get, or at least see if my library has that. Sister Wendy, if you don't know, is, or was, I'm not sure if she's still alive, a British nun, and she is an art historian. She had a show on PBS where an art history show that was absolutely wonderful. I used to love watching that. They have all sorts of other beautiful things. Those measuring spoons, these memory stones with the cardinals on them. I think it says that when cardinals appear, angels are near. And that if you do see a cardinal out and about, that it is actually a loved one who has passed away coming to visit you and check up on you and let you know that he or she is doing well. And they have all kinds of goodies. They have honey, jams and jellies that are made there on the property. They have herb and spice mixtures. I think they even grow their own and dry their own mushrooms there. All kinds of fun things. And I did bring home a few of those items, which I will share with you at some point. When I got home from Mepkin Abbey, I saw signs in my neighborhood for a pop-up estate or craft sale, really. So I headed on over to check it out, and I was so pleasantly surprised. It was held by a woman in the neighborhood who rescues vintage treasures. As you can see here, I'm showing you some of the things that she had. They were just beautiful. And some of them she sells as is, and others she repurposes into pieces of decor. And I had so much fun just poking through the stuff that she had in her garage and her front room. I thought this little blue and white saucer was just darling. She also paints furniture like this secretary desk that she painted. Her husband does woodworking, so they have signs and different things. I loved these milk glass French cold cream jars. She had everything so beautifully styled. These little chicks were darling. I could have bought, honestly, everything in there. I loved it all. Wait till you see some of the things that I'm going to show you. This little bunny dish, how precious is that? She had these old, I think like card catalog things that she used as a riser, and then a whole collection of Crocs. And I am partial to Crocs, let me tell you. I love them. They're hard to find in the South. I don't see them that often, but she had a lovely collection of them. This was a brass hummingbird door knocker. I thought that was so cute. Some mortar and pestles, some wooden vases. These had to be three of my favorite items. They were miniature vintage Santa mugs with little tiny bottle brush trees in them. I loved those. I don't know why I didn't get them. I didn't, so I may have to contact her on Facebook and see if she still has those. She had all kinds of really pretty Christmas items out. Some that she had made, some that she'd rescued. I loved that candlestick there. So I have a table full of goodies here that I have collected over the last few weeks that I want to share with you. Some of these are items that I'm going to keep for myself, and some of them are things that I rescued and will list in our online shop. So let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? The first things I'll show you will be the items that I'm going to keep for myself.
So most of these items, let me think. I guess all of them actually are from Goodwill, with the exception of one, and I'll let you know what that one is when I share it with you. So I was at Goodwill again with my son, and I saw one of the Goodwill employees over at the dishware section with a big buggy, and that he was just kind of loading stuff in it, and very, not very gently, shall we say. So I knew that this was going to be going either to the landfill or to the Goodwill bins, and that most of the fragile breakables would not survive. So I quickly went over there because I just can't bear that. And I did find some really sweet things. So the first things that I found that I'm going to be keeping for myself are these adorable Christmas mugs. Now, do I need more mugs? I certainly do not, but these are so cute. And I think these will be our Christmas morning coffee mugs. I like to have a special mug to drink my coffee out of on Christmas morning. And this is just so sweet. It's got almost like a Currier and Ives picture on it of a very New England looking scene with the sleigh and the snow covered house. And they're really substantial, very thick. I think they might be by Anchor Hocking. Let me look on the bottom. It says made in the USA. And I don't see any other mark besides that. There's the number 45. So I don't know exactly who makes them, but I love them, and I could not leave them there to end up in the landfill. I'm looking at my window right now. We've had another batch of bluebirds, and the babies just fledged. And so I can see them all outside, these little small bluebirds flying around and just kind of getting their wings. The dogs are fascinated. So if you hear barking, that's probably what they're barking at. Is that what you're looking at, Hazel? Anyway, we've had probably 5 clutches of bluebirds this summer. Very exciting. All right, so those mugs were one of the first things that I found for myself. And then I found a whole stack of Pottery Barn salad plates, and there were 4 different patterns.
This segment of the video was having some sound issues, so rather than forcing you to listen to the crackly sound, I thought I would do a voiceover. What I found were a set of Pottery Barn plates, 4 different patterns. There were these beautiful coral and blue colored plates. I thought those would be perfect for spring, summer, right on into fall, and there I'm showing you the back stamp that shows that they're from Pottery Barn. What I really liked about the plates is they do have a little rim around the edge that would keep the salad on there. You could also use it for pasta or anything like that. But those particular blue and coral colored plates I thought were gorgeous. I also loved these beautiful yellow and blue combination plates. There were only 2 of these. They look very French country to me. I love the combination of blue and yellow. And then finally, I found a set of 3 of these light blue and white plates. So what I decided to do was to use them, keep the mismatched ones, and use them to mix and match and create some really pretty tablescapes. And I think the combination of those colors is absolutely beautiful.
They will look wonderful together, mixed and matched. And if I have an opportunity, I will insert some footage probably at the end of this video with how I style these up and some examples of how you might create a tablescape using those plates. So I got this big stack of plates for myself. There are 8 plates altogether. So I can definitely use them. And what I really like about them is the size and the fact that they have this little lip. So it is a wonderful salad plate, or you could even use it for pasta because of this lip. It will keep the stuff on your plate. So the mugs and those I'm going to be keeping for myself. The next thing that I found that I'm going to keep for myself is this beautiful little, I don't know what it is actually. It's a cup, I think. It probably was part of some kind of a set, maybe a sake set or something, but it has this really pretty design on it. It looks very I don't know, maybe like a picnicky French design. It has these wine jugs and some cheese, so it's kind of wine and cheese, and it's a little size. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to store some really sweet little teaspoons in this and put this in my hutch to hold those. Then the next thing that I'm keeping, but I'm not for myself, I'm actually going to send it to my sister Patty, is this beautiful little vintage Mickey Mouse watch mug. It's very lightweight, very thin, probably made, is it made in Japan? I'm not sure. You can see on the bottom, it has that really fun curly Q Disney font where it says Disney Productions. I don't know what year this is from, but it definitely has a vintage looking Mickey on it. And as you can see, it's kind of 3D where the watch pops out, and it's in these really pretty pink and green colors. My sister, Patty, and her family love Disney, and although she doesn't collect lots of Disney things, this kind of vintage and unique item, I think she will love. I could see this with a little bottle brush tree in it for Christmas, or just some little florals on a windowsill. I think it's really, really sweet, even for teaspoons in a coffee bar. So this I'm going to package up very carefully and send to my sister, Patty. And then the last item that I found that I'm going to keep for myself is not actually from Goodwill. I found these at a pop-up kind of the Etsy shop sale that happened in my neighborhood. And the woman has an online business called The Painted Cottage. I think she sells through Facebook. And she was having a pop-up sale in our neighborhood. So I went over to it and I found something that I've been looking for a while. And it is a set of these 3, I'll have to hold them up one at a time, or 2 at a time, I guess, crystal trees. So there's the large size. I love it. And I've been looking for these for Christmas for a while. And then you have the medium size. So there's the large, there's the medium. And then finally, the small size. So it's a set of 3. And the set of 3 was $22 at her sale. And that is actually a really good price, because whenever I see these in, antique stores or vintage booths and things, they're $22 for one at least. So $22 for the set of 3 was a great deal, and I was happy to have them. And the other exciting thing about that is that she's just lovely. And I think what I'm going to do for one of our videos is to interview her and show you some of the things that she creates. She rescues vintage items and she resells them sometimes, just like this as is. And then other times she's very, very crafty and she repurposes them and makes them into other kinds of pieces of decor. So I have some footage of her pop-up sale, which I'm not sure if you'll see that before or after this. I think you might have already seen it, but I will be going over to her house and talking with her and getting some more footage of the kinds of things that she makes. So that will be very fun. All right, so that's it for what I'm going to keep for myself. So now let me show you what I plan to put in the shop. Now, I showed you the plates, the Pottery Barn plates that I'm keeping for myself. This is a set of 4. It was the only complete set of 4 salad plates, and I am going to list these on the shop. They're in this really pretty red and white design with a little touch of kind of pinky red and yellow. I love these. And these would, again, look very pretty styled with a white underplate or yellow. I mean, you can use these summer, spring, winter, Christmas. I could even see these kind of mix and matched at Christmas time. But I just love this floral pattern. So as I said, we like to rescue things and list them on the shop for a reasonable price, so that those of you who are maybe not able to get out and thrift or don't find exactly what you're looking for can get them from us at a very reasonable price. We're not looking to get rich. We're just looking to, well, we'd love to be rich, but this is not going to make us rich. We're rich in many ways. But this is saving those plates from the landfill. The other thing that I found that is listed on the shop, and I'll put the address for our shop. It's www.relativelyrefined, and I'll put it below here, and I'll link it in the description box of the video. But the other thing that I'll be listing on the shop is this adorable little garlic keeper. It's a terracotta garlic keeper, and you put your cloves of garlic in there, and it keeps them fresh. And it does have a little hole there for the air to get in, because you want some air to circulate around your garlic so that it doesn't rot. I keep seeing all these birds flying by. It's so distracting, and they're so cute. They're very, very sweet. The next thing that I found is this beautiful Johnson Brothers platter. It's kind of in these autumn toned colors. I'll show you the picture on it. It's fruit. I think that's a pear, maybe. I'm not sure what that fruit is, but it's fruit and flowers in very autumn toned colors. And there's the back stamp, and you can see that it says Johnson Brothers. And I just thought this would be gorgeous on a fall table, or even in a little plate stand on your countertop for the fall. It's just a perfect little size. So this is listed in the shop if you are interested in something like that. Also in the shop, I found these two Homer Laughlin almost diner style coffee mugs. They're very heavy. And I love the pattern that's on them, and it's on both sides. So whether you're right or left-handed, you'll be able to see the pattern, because I know a lot of times mugs only have the pattern on one side. So if you're a lefty, often you don't get to see the pattern when you're drinking from it. But these have it on both sides, and they're in a really pretty colorway. And then on the bottom, I'll show you that they are Homer Laughlin. So these are listed, and again, like I said, our prices, we try to keep them reasonable. So maybe $6 or $8 for the pair. I can't remember exactly. And then also, Homer Laughlin is this, again, kind of diner style little creamer. It's very chunky. It doesn't have the writing, but it does have a stamp there that is the symbol of Homer Laughlin. And this has a blue band at the top, whereas the mugs have kind of a mustard toned one. But they do kind of go together. I am listing this separately because some people I know collect these little creamers, and this one is just darling. So this is also listed on the shop. And then finally, the last few things that I want to share with you, I'm going to insert a clip of them because they are some clothing items. I did find a couple of clothing items at the thrift store, and I know that some of you are interested in seeing, things like that. So let me go ahead and insert a clip right now of some of the clothing items that I found.
Before I get to the clothing haul, I had forgotten to show you these two pillow covers that I picked up at Goodwill as well. They are from Pier 1, and they are beautiful. That's kind of a navy and blue embroidery pattern on the front, and they have a dark navy back to the pillow. They do also have zippers so that you can take the inserts out and wash the covers, which is always a plus. I have not had a chance to wash them yet. They do have a little bit of lint on them. I need to roll them and wash them, but I put a down insert in them and they are absolutely perfect. So these may end up on the shop. I'm not quite sure yet.
Actually, I'm jumping in here before we go to the clothing items. I'm jumping in here because I forgot one item that I'm going to be listing on the shop. And it is this beautiful little cream and gold Lenox creamer. And this was also about to be, I think, brushed into that buggy at Goodwill and sent to the Goodwill bins or the landfill. But I think this would be gorgeous at Christmas time with a bottle brush tree in it, or some red berries sticking out of it. I love cream and gold for the holidays, and you can see on the bottom that it does say Lenox, and it has kind of a three-dimensional design on it. Very, very pretty. So this is also listed in the online shop. All right, I don't think I've forgotten everything, I don't think I've forgotten anything. So let's go ahead and I'll share with you a couple of little clothing items that I did pick up at Goodwill as well. So the first clothing I got was this Eileen Fisher, and there I'll zoom in so you can see the tag, black cardigan. It doesn't have buttons, it kind of just you wear over your shoulders,
but this was $2.98, and it'll be perfect for throwing over an outfit at school, and you can't go wrong with a black cardigan. I also got this cheetah print Ann Taylor cardigan as well for $2.98. And again, I love animal print, so this will be perfect for wearing to school. I try to get sort of neutral items when I'm at Goodwill. And as you can see, this is a very small animal print. So to me, that's kind of like a neutral. And there is the tag. It says that it's Ann Taylor, and it's a petite medium. And then the last top that I got was this Jeffrey Bean black and tan paisley top. And again, these neutral color tones, the black, the tans, the animal print, they're all kind of mix and match. And this will go great with some black pants, a black skirt, beige pants, khakis, and it's a very thin cotton. So this will be perfect for school this fall. And the last clothing item I got was this adorable red skirt. I got this to wear at Christmas time, and what drew me to it were these really cute oversized pearl buttons. I thought that it was really, really cute. I'm not sure what the brand is. Let me see if I can take a look now. Oh yes, this was also Ann Taylor. And it is a petite, so it will be perfect for me. So that concludes my clothing haul.
So these are the teaspoons that I was talking about. Let me set this down real quick and let me show you these. They're very cute. They have a little teapot on the end. They're very tiny. And I did thrift these. I can't even remember now where I thrifted them from, but I did thrift them. And these are the spoons that I'm going to store in this little sake cup. And then I'm going to spin you around a little bit here. Hopefully I won't make you too sick. And I'm just going to show you that I'm going to store them right in this cupboard, and they'll be stored in there until I have use or have need for them. Now let's take a look at how I styled some of those Pottery Barn plates. This tablescape features a mix and match yellow and blue colorway. I used the oval-shaped linen placemats that I thrifted a while back. Not a while back, but maybe a video or two ago. I shared those in a haul, as well as those beautiful buttery yellow napkins. I paired that with gold flatware, a white dinner plate, and clear glass water goblets. I think the whole thing has a beautiful summery French country look, and I think that mixing and matching is the way to go when you have a few of one plate and a few of the other. It gives such visual interest to your table. I used my beautiful green, yellow, and blue teapot and sugar and creamer from Williams-Sonoma. That was a gift from my mom as the centerpiece. It's up on a jadeite cake stand, and I think the whole tablescape is just a lovely conglomeration of beautiful pastel colors. Now I'm going to share with you how I would style the red plates. Now these plates, as you recall, are actually for sale in our online shop, but I paired it with a yellow and red tablecloth, and then I used some rattan chargers, again the same white underplate and yellow napkin, and then the red salad plate on top of that. And for the centerpiece, I had a beautiful green glass vase with some big beautiful flowers in them that were the same color as that kind of coral color of the plates. And I think the whole thing is absolutely lovely. I kept the same gold flatware, the same white underplate, and the same clear glass water goblets. I really love how this turned out. And this is something that is easily translatable into the fall. Simply change out those yellow napkins for a deeper toned rust colored napkins or coral colored napkin, and you have a beautiful fall tablescape as well.
I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check the description box or the below or the iCards above for other videos that you can watch to tide you over to our next upload. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment. What did you enjoy most about the video? What was your favorite item that I thrifted? Would you be interested in seeing the painted cottage in the upcoming video? Also, if you haven't subscribed, we would love for you to subscribe. We really want to get to 10,000 subscribers and we are working hard at it. It's a little bit slow, but we are confident we will get there. All right, everybody, take care and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.